He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. I'm on top, number 50, you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the quarterback to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cup, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper.
ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand, amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done, streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand, shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streets of games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Right, good evening. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're back for Friday Night 9-ball. And it's been the usual story for, it seems, for a good number of months now, that Friday Night 9-ball is not as big as an attraction as it was. Looking at the wrong bloody bit there. Well, it's getting a wee bit better. We've got, what, 2, 4, 6, 8... We've got 9 in. We might get to double figures. We've got 4 minutes to go. We've got Steve-O, Bankster, the most dangerous man with a handicap. Keep telling you all that. Coldest Pillow. Never heard of him. I wonder if he'll know how to play this, or it's somebody that's changed their name. That's a name I've never seen before. Let's do a bit of investigating here. Where the hell is that flag from? Well, it'll have the name of the country on his profile in the lobby. He's been a player since 2020. So, he's been playing his mother. Mom has defeated Eson. Mom. Right. Well, we'll need to dig deep in that one. So that's somebody that is playing with a house cue, the look of it. Oh no, wait a minute. That's the play queue. I think he's just got nothing in his profile there as far as that goes. But anyway, yeah, still the same. Right. Taiwan. I never knew that was a Taiwan flag. So if it's that time zone that he's in, it's going to be pretty late at night there, I would imagine. So we wait and see if we can maybe get another 1 or 2 in. I don't think there's going to be a great hope of that because nobody else is showing up in the lobby. We'll give it one more spam in the chat. So this is probably, what date is it today? Is this the 10th or the 11th? I'm losing track of dates. But I'm thinking that we're maybe a week or 2 weeks away from the clocks changing. The clocks will go back an hour. Oh, wait a minute, let me think. Spring forward, fall back, as they say, right. So the clocks go back an hour come the end of October over here. I can't remember whether they go back earlier in the States or later in the States. It's just a weird setup. So Friday night 9 ball would go to 6 PM British Summer Time. That's why I get Steve to change it. So we keep it at 7 o'clock. So it's probably another week or 2 before that happens. So it says that we're starting, so we're down to the last minute, and I don't think we're going to get any more. Let me do a quick refresh. I think that's the same. That's still 9, isn't it? So we've still got 7 seats. So we're not even going to get to double figures tonight, but all it means is that I get to bed that little bit earlier. Mooncake's in tonight. Larry's in. Spectre Dawn, of course. Sir Gresh is there. So there are a few players here who can get the benefit of their handicap. They certainly can. But to get the benefit of it, you've got to take those chances. The usual story. Larry's keen. He's in getting practice. And there's only one first round match going up. And of course, Larry's got his nemesis in the first round. It's Larry and Bankster. Now, why is that room up and the thing's not refreshed here? There we go. Right, so we've got Larry, Bankster, and of course all of those that have got a bye will be playing their second round matches. So the second round matches, we've got, that chap, Eson, he's waiting on the winner of that. Look at that, there's that bug again, where Larry's got 12,092 racks and Bankster's got nothing. So Eson is waiting on the winner of that one. We've got Jess Dev up against Mooncake. We've got Coldest Pillow. Oh, there's a battle straight away. We're going to have to keep an eye on Larry and Bankster, but we're going to dive into that second round match for Coldest Pillow and Spectre Dawn, most certainly. And we have Sir Gresh and Steve-O in that round 2 match. So there's the one we're going to be watching. That should be interesting. And let's just dive straight in. So, well, thank God somebody said hello. I am re-downloading VP4. What's your problem, Coldest Pillow? I'll wait till I change the cloth. Now, you should never re-download VP4 until you've talked to the VP4 Fix My VP4 expert, which is me. If you ever get any sort of weird issue happening, let me know. Why the hell's that? Hang on a minute, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Miscellaneous, default colour, blue, and then OK. That's what you do, you silly numpty. I changed my monitor and it wasn't loading. Welcome to Happy Dolo, kept quitting the application. Well, that's got nothing to do with changing your monitor for a start. That's absolutely nothing to do with changing your monitor. The only thing that might be the thing is that, well, you're obviously got it working because you're in the bloody room. And I've got this, if you've noticed in the last couple of live streams I've done, I've got this set to default, what the hell is it, camera view or whatever it is. It's, well, there's that pattern with the 3 balls. I haven't seen it for a little while. Hang on a minute. What the hell setting have I got this at? Camera, I've got it at the default field of view. So I've got it at 40, so the table will look a wee bit longer. I normally do it in 30 for live streams, but anybody who has an opinion can let me know whether they're happy with this or they'd rather go back to the 30. But anyway, Coldest Pillow having won the lag. Ball in the break, or balls in the break. Now, has he got that cover? That's a poor one, because he should never have given Spectre Dawn any sort of hit in this 2-ball. And in turn, that is a terrible shot by Spectre Dawn. So we'll give him a couple of warm-up shots, but that was poor. And this is what you have to do. I mean, it's stating the obvious every time. You've got to capitalise on the errors that somebody like Spectre Dawn makes. If you don't and you fail, you know what the inevitable outcome's going to be. Now, this needs to keep running and miss. Well, he's got the bump. That'll work. Now, this is a little jabby stun across. Just like that. Now, I think he might brush the 9. I think he might just feather it. Yeah, he's just feathered it, but he's missed the 5 in the process. Well, you know what I said. If you do not take your chances, wave bye-bye to the rack. Aye, Coldest Pillow said he's changed his monitor. Now, obviously, if it's a new monitor and that monitor's got a different resolution, the first thing you need to make sure you're doing is that you've got VP4 set to the native resolution of the monitor. That's the vital thing you have to do, because then you get people coming on saying, oh, my balls are egg-shaped in VP4 and all of that stuff. You always have your resolution in the game as the same resolution as your default setting for your monitor. So if it's 1920 by 1080, or if it's one of these widescreen, ultra widescreen curved ones, it'll be 2000 something or other, whatever that is. So Coldest Pillow had his chance, and it could cost him more than just a first rack, although Spectre Dawn's going to have to either play a really thin cut or bank that one. Looks as if he's going for the thin cut. I think the bank was easier, and now Coldest Pillow's got a second go. Here's another gift of an opportunity. Well, I'll tell you something, I'll say it right now in front of witnesses. Not that I'll get that many witnesses, but Coldest Pillow's a proper numpty if he can't get out, because even where the 7-ball is, if you get good on it, it's not difficult to play the 7-9 combo. He's got to get good on it though. He looks as if he's maybe trying to get up top. Well, that wasn't the shot. He had to use the rail to try and come up and maybe bump towards that 9. He'll still be a proper numpty because that was a poor positional shot. And he's a lot better than this. Welcome to Hazard. Well, all I'll say, Hazard, is that the wheels came off the pram last night. You were doing okay up to 3 apiece, and then everything just gradually fell off. Was it last night? I can't remember now. Well, Coldest Pillow should be 2-0 up right now. He knows it. And he might be lucky to get a rack in this match now, because that's what happens when you don't take your chances. You end up getting a proper roasting. So, shoulda, woulda, coulda been 2-0 up, but Spectre Don is 2-0 up. And he's lining up with that panel, that strut there, and that pane of glass. That's where he's lining up. And, well, need I state the obvious here? This is 3-0. Yeah, always look on the bright side. I think Albinario won 8 racks in a row from that 3 apiece. So he did. I didn't want to mention it, but I just thought I'd mention it. So Spectre Don has to stun away from the 9 ball here. Avoid collisions like that. And well, now he can let the cue ball run freely here. He can go forward. He can either run it. He can do what he wants. In fact, he's more happy with the stun and drawing it back. And that might be a bit straight. Yeah, bolt straight on the 8 ball, but look at all the acreage of land that he can draw back up the table onto. Now, is he trying to pinch any sort of angle here? He might be. Or is he going to jack up? Yeah, he's jacking up. I thought of that because it's dead straight. Now, we'll watch this break, and then I'll do a quick tab. We need a quick update on how Larry and Bankster are getting on. So, Coldest Pillow needs to get his skates on a bit rapidly here. 4 balls gone. 1 ball has got 2/3 of a pocket to go into. And if he gets this is the rack winner here right now. If he gets this 1 ball, just like that, it's going to be 4-0. And what the hell happened to Mark? Sergeresh, I should say. Sergeresh not show up. We'll be happy with that then, Mark. Right, let's have a look. Well, Larry's started off okay. He's 2-0 up. Let's get this thing refreshed quicker than that. What did I say right at the beginning there? You know, after Coldest Pillow failed in that first rack, he then failed in the second rack, and then you just don't know how many racks it's going to cost you. Well, make the most of it, Mark. So, can Coldest Pillow get a sniff to stem the tide? He's still recovering from that defeat against Rabbit. in the 8-Ball World Championships. And I think Spectre Dawn has given him a chance here, albeit it is not an easy starter. Now this is sort of dead weight, and you don't want to hook yourself behind the 8-ball. He might catch the 5. I don't think it will do him any harm, but you don't want to hook yourself behind the 8. You don't want to hook yourself behind the 8, said the commentator. The commentator's eye never lies. Never doubt the visionary qualities of the tactical genius. Well, he's had a roll of the ball. I think he needs a bit of help. Now, here we go for the third time with a wide open table. I think he's got the pretty straight, so just a straight roll. Well, he stunned it more, but this is heading over towards the 6-ball. Now needs the angle, and he's got it. So far, so good. And again, needs the angle. Needs to be a comfortable angle so that you're out onto that 8-ball. And this is going straight. Anything but that, but I think he's fine. He can just kill this stone dead. So, Cold as Pillow is going to get on the board at last. Now he needs a good break and a run out, and that'll get him into the game. And no joy. Oh, 7 balls going. Now he's got to have a dig at this 1-5 combo. Don't think there's any point in looking for a safety. Got to give it a go. I was watching a guy last night before I went to bed. He was live streaming Elite Dangerous, which is one of these space games. I've got it, but I just can't get my head round it. It's not designed for numpties. You know, there's a lot of stuff that your menus that you're messing about with within the spacecraft and all of that stuff. I just could never get my head round the whole thing. I just don't have the patience for them type of thing. But anyway, I was watching this guy, Scottish accent. So of course I says, "Where are you from?" He says, "Glasgow." I'm only down the road. I said, he mainly streams Elite Dangerous, but he's actually been streaming he's got videos going back as far as 4 years, and he's only got like 61 viewers. I said, and he was talking about subscribers, so I subscribed to him. I did him a favour. I said, "Listen, I wouldn't worry about it. I've been streaming since 2007, and I've struggled to get to 607 or 60, whatever. And I noticed last night, and this is why anybody who is a subscriber to YouTube, because that's where I want my subscribers, double check you haven't been unsubscribed, because I've lost a subscriber again. I don't understand people subscribing and then unsubscribing, unless I've really upset them one way or another. But I noticed I've dropped one again. It's like 2 steps forward and 5 steps back when you lose a subscriber. Who's coming second this week? Well, I mean, you've got, well, in fact, that's what I meant to do. Let a quick check here and see how things are going. Well, there you go. Larry's was 2-0 up. He's now 3-2 in front against Bankster. Well, these guys that are in this have got decent enough handicaps. It's all about using them. It's never a foregone conclusion that Spectre Don's going to run this again this week. Not if you get down and dirty on him and you use whatever handicap you're getting. Incidentally, that's the thing I've just noticed. There's no handicap in this. Well, if that 2 ball had just rested on that cue ball there, Coldest Pillow would have been worse trouble than this, because Spectre Don still doesn't fancy the one because you can only see 2/3 of it. Yeah, I noticed him. I think it was 6-7-1. I'm down to 670. So, miserable bastards that they are. So I gave that guy hope last night. I said, you know, 2000. How many years is that? 2007 to 2024. Somebody work that out, because I can't do mental arithmetic most times. Many years is that? 2007, 2017. That's 10 years. Aye, so I've been 17 years at it, and I've still only got 670, because this is a niche game that nobody's interested in. That's basically it. And I'm not one of these young up and coming dudes. I'm not a dude. I'm an OAP at this kind of lark. I don't have all bells and whistles, all singing and dancing, and I don't do all this hype bullshit stuff that you see them doing in the stream. I just can't handle that. You either take me as I am, or you piss off. That's what I say. But don't unsubscribe. For Christ's sake. Don't unsubscribe, and don't bother subscribing to Twitch. You can watch me on Twitch, but subscribe to me on YouTube. There you go. Do yourself a favour and me a favour. Anyway, back to business here. Oh, look at this for a roll. Oh, tell a lie. I forgot about the 5-ball there. Am I out of sync here? Aye, 4-ball, 5-ball. Aye, everything's okay. I looked away at the chat there for a second, and then I totally lost my bearings on the table. So 17 years live streaming. Unbelievable. And then there's guys who will probably stream for a week and they'll end up with 1,000 subscribers straight away. That's what happens. There's far too much of this AI crap going on YouTube now. People who just make AI videos with either news stories and stuff, and a lot of it's actually fake stuff, especially when you look at the thumbnail. There was a I'll tell you, there was a thumbnail for a video I saw yesterday, and you know, Mark will know who I'm talking about here. Most of it, and Tam will know as well, because you two guys are of that age where you'll know what I'm talking about. You know Sally Thompson, her that was in The Railway Children, but she was more recognised for being in Man About the House. You know, her with the teeth. There was a thumbnail for a video that said, like, you know, and usually it's something along the lines of, you know, where are they now, or the tragic, and it showed you a picture of her on the left hand side of the screen, and then it showed you a picture of her on the right with RIP on it. Now, to me, that should be illegal to have stuff like that on YouTube. You know what I mean? I mean, first of all, she's not dead. That's the first thing. And they're doing misleading stuff like that, especially in the thumbnails. You keep an eye on them and you'll see what I'm talking about. They're doing it about people that aren't even dead. And I don't know how they get away with it. Anyway, Coldest Pillow is in the game. Although Spectre Dawn has got a jump, which I would expect him to get. Whether he's going to be lucky enough to get a hit on that too, I don't know. Oh no, he's misjudged that. He's misjudged that big time. He must. I'll tell you why he misjudged that. Now, I'm not an expert in jumping, but I can guarantee he probably didn't have that tip centred, or he moved it and he ended up putting spin on that cue ball there when he jumped. That's how he missed it so badly. So, Coldest Pillow. And how generous has Spectre Dawn been tonight? I mean, those first two racks should have been Coldest Pillows. Don't forget that. And if he gets this job done here, he's back all square. Well, you'll rarely see me jump. I don't watch. I don't actually. In fact, very often I just use Facebook to post the link for the tournament matches I'm live streaming. That's generally all I use it for, or to try and get a hold of Albinario. Watch the cue ball. Well, you'll be glad that 9 ball was there, because that was heading south. Now he's got a problem here. And he's got to play this dead weight, because this 8 ball, if he hits it hard, it's going to go along the short rail. Well, he hit it so badly, he's missed a 9. Well, there's 3 great opportunities for racks there for Coldest Pillow, and he's blew that one big time as well. So when you start adding up all the chances you've had and all the racks that were sort of stone wall racks to win, it could be sitting in the hill right now. Spectre Dawn, of course, he comes up dry and he leaves nothing on. And Coldest Pillow's thinking he's been done an injustice, but all the injustice has been done by himself. Well, I came online this morning, Tam, and I came into the lobby to quick look, and no bugger was there. I think did I come in about 7 o'clock? I can't remember. I think I had a longer lie-in this morning. No, there was about 6 folk in the lobby. So, no cowboy doubles this morning. Christ almighty, I mean, Friday night 9 ball's becoming a chore to get 10 folk in it. And what's his name? Crosty was nowhere to be seen this morning either. I think that Diablo guy turned up. And other than that, there was nobody else there that would make up a foursome. We're talking about being on the hill. Spectre Dawn will be there in just a minute. Right. I don't think he's going to have any problem completing this. Let me have a quick look. And Bankster's got himself in front. He's 4-3 up. We've got Jezdev leading Mooncake by a single rack at the moment. He's getting 5 and out, though that's a hefty handicap. And of course, march through to round 3. What do you mean must be in jail again? When was he last in the jail? Oh, I'll tell you, you know what I had? I did my big shop today, right? And I can't remember the brand. Obviously, this was my big shop was done in the big Tesco in Kilmarnock. So that's your cue ball. And here's another chance for Coldest Pillow to survive. I did my big shop today, and they had these caramelised onion sausages on offer. I can't remember the brand, but they don't. It's the first time I've seen them. They're obviously a deal that they're doing at the moment on them. So I got home and I thought, what can I have as a sort of snack at lunchtime? And I thought, right, I'm going to have. There were 6 sausages in the packet. I thought, right, I'm going to have them, and put 3 of them in the oven. I think it's like 20 odd minutes or something, gas mark 5, turn them over once or twice, and I put them in and I thought, I know what I'm going to do. 2 big slices of bread, buttered. When the sausages were ready, split them down the middle on the bacon tray that they were sitting on, split them right down the middle and unfold them and put them. I had done one. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I did 3. I did 3 sausages, but these sausages were big enough when you split them that 2 of them actually filled the slice of bread. So I had 1 spare. So I was eating that off the fork while I was putting brown sauce on the sausages that were on the bottom slice of bread, and then I slapped the top slice on, slice on, and then I had a cup of coffee. The brown sauce and those caramelised onion sausages, absolutely beautiful. Thoroughly recommended. Yeah, I'm never going to have an air fryer. That'd be a waste of money for all the time I would use something like that. But these sausages were beautiful, especially when you're starving. I mean, my gut was growling, and I thought, what am I going to have to eat? So I had that early this afternoon. Very nice. Well, I know you say to save you a fortune, but I've got a better idea for saving a fortune. Don't buy a bloody air fryer. 70 quid a go. And that's probably a cheap one. Well, the push out has been passed. The bank most certainly isn't on. The reverse bank is on. So this would be all or nothing. Still waiting on a result coming through from any of these other matches. We've only got that forfeit result that's come through so far. Well, good evening to Cobra. They've got those, is it McCain that do them? They do those, we sell them in the store. We've got the bags of air fryer chips now. I don't know what the bloody difference is with them, but that's what they're made specially for the air fryer. Well, Spectre Don going for the bank. Oh, it's going to double bank. Oh, well. It's going to be all over, I think. Well, he's got to get good on the 6 ball. I mean, let's be honest, there's plenty of room to go on the 6 ball. Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that, Mark, because I've not had a chip fryer for donkey's years. That went out in the skip a long, long time ago. It's very rarely that I buy a bag of chips and then you just do them in the oven. Aye, but you don't need anywhere near the amount of oil of that in an air fryer. I mean, it's only a minimum amount, isn't it? So they're probably more economic for that reason. And healthier because you're not saturating them in fat. There we go. Well, it's all what could have been for Coldest Pillow. He knows that. Spectre Dawn marches on. And let's just dive into this Larry Bankster match. Well, Bankster's now on the hill himself. In fact, this ended up in a scratch match as well. Well, Larry's battling to survive. Got to get up into the middle of the table. Well, I think, yeah, I would still have preferred to have been there. Let's be honest. I think he can get out of there without bothering the 9. And I think Bankster's beginning to pay the price of his good fortune in some of these Friday night 9 balls. The rating's starting to go up. So he's not getting quite as much generosity with handicaps. So Larry back to within 2, and of course it's the point of no return anyway, so he needs to get a good break, and he has done. He's got a ball, he's got a shot in the 2. The problem is it's a bedhead cut in the 2. And he's trying to nursemaid this in. He'll end up leaving a cut fairly similar to what he's just played. And he's got to work this cue ball a wee bit as well, because he wants to. Now, the danger here is if he's going around the corner, look at where the 5 and 7 ball are. He's got to hit this shot as far as somewhere round about, if I get there. I don't understand why Slim uses a C button. It's a waste of time in my opinion. Well, he's got a bump. And he'll take that. I think that C button's a bad habit. So it is. I never use it. In fact, I accidentally hit it half the time. Well, a blind pocket cut in the 5 ball. And the cue ball's heading sort of down towards the 6 ball. Where's the cue ball going? Well, this 6 ball goes. He's got to wafer thin it, and he's got to hope he hits the 7, but he might scratch. Yeah, he's hit the 7. And that's not bad. I mean, it could have finished a lot worse than this. He's just got to watch how far he comes across the table. Well, that's well played. No. Looking to take it all the way. Well, there's a result through. Mooncake has come back. I think he was behind. He's won now 7-5 against Jezdev. And Larry's got his break working. And wrong side of the 1 ball, but there is loads of room. I think let me have a look and see how I would want to play this. Yeah, I would want to just go forward. He's going to maybe stun this. No, he's got the legs. Is he got the legs? Well, again, bedhead territory with a cut. And he's he's got to come down and hope he doesn't hit anything here and back up. I can't believe he can cut this and stay up the top side of the 3. It's got to have the legs. I think it has. And that's well judged. Well, he's left himself far too much in this 4-ball. And that looks fairly tight. I think it's reasonably off the rail, but you just got to dig into the cue ball just to control the pace. And again, he's played it well. So now he must have the angle. Anything will do as long as it ain't straight. And I think that is good enough. That isn't though. He should have been up on that side pocket or just below it. He's left it a wee bit short. But we are going all the way. I cooked an egg this morning to go with the sausages and bacon. Turned out good, like around McDonald's. Well, I've got a wee frying pan that lets me do that. I've got a wee frying pan that if I'm having eggs, I specifically use the small frying pan. You know, it's the size. If you know, like the egg is in a sausage egg McMuffin out of McDonald's, then that's what my eggs look like when I've done them in that little frying pan. I mean, I've had I like a fried egg roll with extra mature cheddar. You know, I buy a bag of the extra mature grated cheddar out of Tesco's, and I like to put cheese in the top of it with brown sauce. Lovely, lovely. And then when I've done that, I have another one. So Bankster, well, this is tricky as well, because again, the high angle the cue ball has to go up the table. He's trying to hold it and hold it and hold it, but he's forgot about the 3-ball. When you start getting into the delicate stuff, you know, soft pace with maybe spinning the cue ball, very easy to tweak the object ball doing it, and Larry's played that pretty good again as well. I'm getting hungry later. He's away to have a fried egg roll. Well, Larry survived the crisis. He's now... Well, that's no good. Now that is bad. That is bad. And I think that was the commentator's curse there. No sooner have I just emitted the word survived the crisis, he ends up putting himself in one. And a good recovery shot. Well, when the Tesco's own Melton Mowbray pork and pickle little pies, the pack of 6, when they're on offer, I get a pack of them. Occasionally, watch the 9-ball. Well, Larry's in a hurry. Larry's in a hurry tonight. Couldn't be bothered potting 8 and getting to the 9. He just decided to knock it into the side. So Larry's through, 7 racks to 6. But sometimes they do a special on the slight little, you know, the sort of medium pork pie, the one that's bigger than the one that's bigger than the small ones. You know, it's a handful. I've had them now and again, but I wouldn't say they're exceptional. I don't know what a good Melton Mowbray pie's like and a bad one's like. I think they're all bad. Right, so where have we got to? Well, we've got Larry now lined up against this guy, Eson X, who's getting 7 and out. We've got Mooncake waiting on the winner of that match. We've got Spectre Dawn 2 apiece with Mark, who's getting a 5 ball. So he will really appreciate me coming in to jinx him. Yeah, the wee Tesco pork and pickle pies are nice. So they are. They're good for a little snack. So Spectre Dawn jumps into the lead. And Matt's good enough to get to that 5 ball if he gets a chance, and clearly he's had 2 chances and got the job done. And a couple of balls have gone in. He's right on top of the 1 ball though. Now, Mark's money ball, that 5 ball, is not all that guaranteed accessible. You've got to get really good with the cue ball to get there. And well, going by Spectre Dawn's jump effort that we saw in his other match there, Mark's trying to kick this. I might take the risk and stick him back in. I mean, okay, he could jump it and he could bank it, but it's short. It's a bit short, that 1 ball, the distance. And he may well have just sold out. Although, again, the cue ball wants to run away here. He might just leave the high cut in the 4. The cue ball's heading up by the side pocket. And like I said earlier, this 5 ball, you've got to get right up the table. And you've got to judge the pace right. So you need enough pace to get the 4 ball in the hole and enough pace to come up here. But if you misjudge it and you go back up there, I think he's got it good though. I think he's got it right on the money. Doesn't want to be straight though. And that's, well, he can tweak this a wee bit. He can just pinch a bit and a wee bit of spin. Well, he really shouldn't have an issue with that. Well, I go back to that choice there by Matt. I think if that was me, I would have took the risk and stuck him back in there, because that was a short jump, and they're not as easy to judge. I think that could have. I mean, he would have went for a shot to pot it, but I don't think it was that easy, that jump shot, because of the distance. The range wasn't quite comfortably long enough, I don't think. Anyway, you make your choices. So now from 2 apiece, there's now that 2 rack gap. Have you seen that Ocado online? Never looked at it. Never been near it. Nor that Chinese mob. There's more than one Chinese company that's doing. I've had adverts pop up with these crazy sounding offers. What's the name of them again? They've only appeared in the last year. This company online over here, but they're definitely Chinese based. They seem to be offering things for knockdown prices. And you keep thinking, well, you know, what's the catch? You know, what's the catch? Yeah, that Temu lot, that's the one. Well, there's a mistake from Spectre Dawn, but look at this. He's going to get away with it. Yeah, you've got to admit, when you see these adverts that pop up, and they're doing some sort of gadget or something, and it's a totally crazy price. Yeah, well, I'm certainly not. I'll not be buying anything from them. In fact, a lot of the stuff looks like crap that you would buy and it would lie in a drawer. Because you get some... I mean, people buy stuff because it's a bargain price, not because they're going to get regular use of the product. I'm sure there's loads of people with cupboards and drawers full of crap that they've bought online, and they've opened it out of the packet and used it once for whatever, and then they're never going to eat it again. I'll never use Amazon and eBay. Mind you, a lot of the stuff getting sold on Amazon, you've got to watch who the seller is, because quite a few of them are from well overseas, shall we say. Well, it looks as if Spectre Dawn is taking this match away from Steve-O. Well, touch wood, I've never had a problem with anything I've bought from them. But there's always the first time, isn't there? But I've never had an issue. I mean, buying something on a Monday and it's delivered on, you know, Wednesday afternoon, can't argue with that. Or if you pay extra getting it delivered, I don't have Amazon Prime or anything like that, but paying extra and getting it delivered next day. Well, he missed the bump. And now we're going to have tapping for half an hour. I don't think he's hit that. Or has he? Oh, he did hit it. That tells you how bad my eyes are. I never saw that move. Well, this is thin. But he should have a shot in the four from it, though, if he gets it. Needs a bump. Needs a good bump, that'll do it. Oh, I was laughing this afternoon. You know what I do to kill time? I was watching a stack of videos. Watch this. Has he got there? No, he hasn't. Well, got to go for the kick. Just give it a blast. You might get lucky. Give it a slam. Oh, he almost got lucky. He might still get lucky because I think it's going reasonably safe. Although that's right on that middle diamond for the bank. But Spectre Dawn's not risking it. Bought some glue for the missus, which I needed to return, and they refunded and told me to keep it. Yeah, I bought some skin cream for this. I've got sort of what do you call it? It's either psoriasis or whatever, and it flares up now and again on my elbow, and I bought. Oh, what the hell happened to Eson? He disappeared fast. In fact, did he ever? I don't think he played a match. So there's a guy who signed up and not showing up, and we know that Sergeresh wasn't there. But anyway, I bought what was it? I bought. I usually buy it in Tesco. You know the E45 cream. I usually buy that in my own store. But I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll go online, and they're bound to get better prices online, which you do, but you get bigger tubs of it, right? So I ordered this. I ordered the big tub of it for a good price, and I got it delivered, and it wasn't E45 for a start. So I had given feedback on the seller's page on eBay. Was it eBay this time? I think it was eBay. And I said, well, you know how they send you an email and say, give us feedback on your recent delivery. So I wrote on their page, I said, ordered such and such, got such and such instead. And I got an email very rapidly from the seller who said, what is it they sent you? I said, they sent this stuff. Can't remember what it's called. It was the same size of tub as the E45 I had ordered. I mean, you can't make a mistake with E45. It's written in big letters on the bloody tub. That's all it says, E45. And they sent some other skin cream, which is actually more just a moisturiser than the E45. It's got different properties in it, E45, which actually helps my skin. It clears it up. And anyway, they said, please take down your feedback and we'll refund it. So they refunded it, which was fine. And, I could keep the tub of cream. But I would have thought the best thing to do was send the bloody right stuff, which they never did. They never said, we'll send you the right stuff instead. But anyway, I got to keep the tub of the wrong stuff, which I've still got. Aye, well, I mean, I would have thought consumable stuff, they wouldn't do your refunds on it unless it's got maggots in it or something. Anyway, well, you know what I said before I entered this room? Remember what I said when I looked at the bracket and I said, oh, there's Mark, 2 apiece with Spectre Dawn. Let's go into the room and see if I can jinx him. Well, I rest my case. He was 2 apiece, and he's ended up losing 7-2. I hope he doesn't come into the stream. I hope he's not listening. But the powers of voodoo never fail. Right, so let's have an update here. We've got Larry now playing Mooncake. They're just getting underway. We've got Spectre Dawn. In fact, that's going to be the hot seat match. Spectre Dawn's in the hot seat match again. Let's look at the one lost side. We have Bankster up against Coldest Pillow. Well, that's where we're going. We've got Steve-O waiting on that Jezdev Eson match. What do you call it? Timing out, because I think Eson's left the building. We'll be getting into that match in a second. Let me just look at the lobby. Yeah, Eson is gone. I don't know why. Obviously something might have cropped up. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But we'll jump into this. Old Bankster's getting a handicap. He's getting the 6 ball. Race to 4. Oh, yeah, that was quick. Suddenly Cold as Pillows 1-0 up. And Cold as Pillow comes up dry. Now, this is tricky. You know why this is very tricky? Because you've not got any real idea how that... You see, that's a double kiss. And it's done him a big favour because he's ended up putting the hook on him. Got the double kiss there. It just shows you how much, though, that, I mean, wherever you live in the UK, you know, if you're in a decent-sized town or whatever, wherever you live, there's not a day goes by when you go out, whether you're out walking or out in the car or, you know, going out to do your own shopping, there's not a day goes by where, is it UPD or whatever they're called, or... you know, all of these courier vans going around. There's hundreds of them all over the place. It just shows you how many millions are spent online. You know, millions and millions, hundreds of millions, thousands of millions is spent every day. And that's just in this bloody country. That just gives you an idea how much money these companies are making. Bloody huge amounts. Astronomical numbers that you couldn't even fathom. And everybody's addicted to getting something at a better price on eBay or on Amazon or wherever it is you're ordering the stuff. But that's the way everything's gone. There was no such thing as that back in the day. It was catalogues back in the day, wasn't it? You know, you'd be old enough to remember them, some folk. It was catalogues where you were thinking you were getting a better deal. You'd sit with the book, you'd browse through it. Mothers would be buying their Christmas presents in July and then paying up the payments with their weekly payment book, going to the post office or going to the bank, watch that one ball. There we go. And catalogues, I mean, is anybody still, you know, Freeman's catalogues, Littlewood's catalogues, they've all gone to ground. No such thing as that now, I don't think. Everything's eBay and Amazon. Yeah. You've got to be a certain age. You say that to a younger person now, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. Well, when there was no internet, there was only mail. There was only mail and postage. That's all there was. And technology has moved in the last 40, 50 years to where we are now. Nobody ever thought back in the day that we would all have game consoles and gaming computers, and arcades have all died a death because of it. And even gaming's moved on as well, in the sense that you don't buy a hard copy anymore. Hard copies are gone. Most of the gaming stores are all dead, especially all the independent ones. Like I said, when I went to Glasgow the other week there, the two sort of gaming stores I used to go to years ago, and I'm talking 15 years ago when I used to regularly go to Glasgow on my day off, you know, they're non-existent. They have all gone because everybody's, you know, paying for the game and it's been downloaded onto the hard drive. So every time there's technological improvements, somebody's going to pay the price for it. You know, mechanisation in the workplace. At some point, Tesco will have a system where it's just a huge warehouse and computers and robots will pick stock and package it, and then it gets delivered. So all they'll need then is a driver. They won't need the likes of us to actually pick it and pack it. You know, that'll happen sometime. What was that, Mark? I just read that in the chat. I would. I mean, I did say it was 2 apiece, and I'll go in and see if I can jinx them. Oh dear. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, they've got huge warehouses. Everybody that works in them, they're all walking around with a mini computer strapped to their wrists, aren't they? It's got a scanner on it of the, you know, for the barcode for the product that they're picking. You've got huge shelves stacked, you know, 40 foot up, and they're using big like forklift things to lift things off these shelves. And then the robot vehicles take the stuff round about the warehouse. So neither of them are there. So one of them's going to get advanced, and whoever plays them next is going to get advanced again. That just means that the tourney's going to go quicker anyway. So I've got no complaints on that score. Meanwhile, Coldest Pillows 2-1 in front. Well, computers will become more and more advanced. Gaming will become more and more with AI getting involved in it. That's bound to happen. And, you know, AI is going to get involved in loads of technologies if it isn't already started. It's only in its infancy. But that's what progression does. That's what technological advancement does. I mean, now I haven't. Here's another thing. I've not got Sky. I've still got the old dish rusting away on the wall outside. I got rid of Sky when I gave up my job to do the caring thing. When I did that and became a carer, the first thing I thought, right, well, I need to cut my finances here because I don't have a wage coming in anymore. So the first thing to go was Sky. In fact, on the day that I finished my work in Curry's, I was straight on the phone to Sky, and I got rid of it. So, in fact, if I had Sky now, I wouldn't even be watching it. I've totally lost interest in the telly. But anyway, that's by the by. But Sky now, you can have Sky without a dish. I don't think they don't fit dishes anymore for Sky. I think most folk are getting it through their Wi-Fi now. Is that right? Because they've got these Sky Glass. What is it? I mean, again, I'm so outdated with the technology. I haven't been keeping up with that. And that's why if I needed a new telly tomorrow, I wouldn't have a clue what to buy, because I've just not been in the business, and all of that technology's overtaken whatever I knew at the time. But Sky, I don't believe you need a dish for it anymore. And that's progression as well. And of course, it gets rid of all the ugly dishes all nailed to walls. Well, that's the downside of everybody having a phone, is these half-wits walking around, and, you know, when they're walking towards you. I mean, I deliberately don't go out the way. I just walk straight towards them. There's no way I'm getting out of my way of somebody who's walking with their face in a phone, not paying attention. I'm walking to them until they hit me. I've never walked out of anybody's way who's got their face in a phone. And especially in the supermarket when I'm pushing a trolley and there's the mother, right? There's the mother walking along. The daughter's standing and walking beside her, so they're two abreast walking down an aisle. And the lassie's got their phone in her face. Do you think I'm walking out the way with my trolley? I'm a hell. I'll bloody crack them in the shins. But I think, you know, the Japanese are, you know, how they're very respectful. they're very respectful in terms of you know, how they treat people. Well, some folk of a certain age would disagree with that, but most of them are all dead now. But you know, mobile phones, I think the Japanese have got they've definitely got a thing against mobile phones and the use of them. I don't think they like them, because I remember seeing that on Top Gear. Remember when they were in Japan and the two guys, what do you call them, Hamid and May were taking the bullet train, and of course Jeremy was in a car, and they were riding across Japan, and to keep in touch with one another, obviously Hamid and May had their phones, but they were getting dirty looks from the Japanese because they were using it on the train, they were using it on the bus when they had to get the bus. So, you know, they have a bad opinion of people who are using phones, and especially when they're having conversations. I mean, I don't know how many times I've walked behind somebody. I'm picking in the morning, and somebody's coming up behind me, and they're talking away, and you know, they've got their earpiece in, and they're talking out loud and having conversation with folk in the bloody phone. It's so annoying. And then, of course, you've got the proper assholes in vehicles with phones, using them. That still happens. And, of course, you've had disastrous results from it as well. Ignorant half-wits that they are. Well, meanwhile, I was going to say we're probably nearing the end of this match, but Coldest Pillow's got a little tweaky one in the 4-ball. He's nailed it. Looks as if he's going to survive at the moment. And I think he's got a nice angle in this 7-ball. He might end up in the short side here of this 8-ball, and he might want to help it a wee bit. I don't know whether he can go forward and still come down. He looks as though the angle's a bit too much. Well, that was asking for trouble. He took it long. Cue ball running, and now he's got the bedhead cut. 9-ball isn't tight to the rail, but he's just got to get into the middle of the table. So up and down, and he should be good. So Bankster has been dealt with tonight. He's going home, and Coldest Pillow marches on. Right, so we need a catch-up here. Let's have a quick look. And so Coldest Pillow's through. We've got Mark sitting in the room, assuming that Jesdev isn't there either, so Mark will get a bye, so that's a little bonus. And meanwhile, Larry and Mooncake. Mooncake's 3-2 up. Larry's getting the 8-ball. Let's jump into that match. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't work all the time, but it works more often than not. Let's just say that. I've got plenty of evidence of that over the years. And Larry looks as if he's going to square this up here. 3 apiece. Yes, I want to, and now that you've mentioned that, Coldest Pillow, I want to publicly thank Coldest Pillow. And he's probably the one person who has spent the most money on my channel. So that's a public thank you to Coldest Pillow. Buying subscriptions and that for people. It is very much appreciated. I still offer the best deals for becoming a member. It's only £1 a month, £12 a year. You get nothing for it but a badge, but you support the channel. And just remember though, that if you do become a member and you're playing in a tournament and you play shit, I'll still call it shit. You're not buying favouritism here, as Cold as Pillow will realise. You don't buy favouritism off me. I tell it as I see it. I won't soften the blow just because your membership is £1. I think if I up it to a £5 a month, I might rethink that. So I'm open to bribery. By the way, Mark, how are you getting on in that room there? I mean, I know you're not playing any day, but are you still winning? Don't tell me you're losing in a room where there's not even a bloody opponent. Is he 2-0 down or what? What's going on? We need to check the bracket and see if he's still in the match. Oh, I'm getting abuse now. I'm getting abuse. Hang in there, Mark. You never know. You might get a lucky roll. Well, Larry's looking good now. Nice little table to run out. But of course, he doesn't need to get up for the 9-ball. I've remembered he's got a handicap. He just needs to roll forward, leave this 7-ball straight in, maybe roll an inch or hold it like that, and that'll do. And Mark did win by forfeit. Now, has that got him into the money yet? Let's have a look. Let's see how the old fella's doing. Well, that hasn't updated yet. But no, he needs to go another round. He needs to survive another round. There's a loser coming over to play Cold as Pillow. So Mark's going to be getting a handicap, regardless, I think. And it's only a race to 4, so you need to be fully focused, Mark, for this next match. Get in and do some practice while you're waiting. Well, Larry must have come up dry. Mooncake's got the gap. What's the max you can set? I think it's a £5. I know that Slim's membership is $4.99 a month on his channel, but I think it's a £5 on YouTube. I haven't really paid that much attention. I just looked at what's the cheapest because I knew that it's ridiculous asking somebody to pay a £5 a month on this channel for the size of the channel I am. You know what though? If I had 670 odd subscribers on Twitch and I was charging membership, whatever, you know, the thing is I would be making money sooner on Twitch than I would ever be on YouTube. But then I'd have to just, you know, my YouTube channel would be defunct as far as that goes if I did that. Now, I did switch to Twitch and I did take up you know, the what do you call it? Being a, what is it you call it again? I can't. Anyway, being what's the word? The word's going out my head, but you know what I'm talking about. Where Slim is at the moment, where advertising's coming up, and he's going to get a certain amount of income from the adverts. I could have had that, but because Twitch wanted exclusivity, I wasn't having it, so I quickly got rid of it. And the only reason I came back to YouTube really is because that's the one where I've got the most subscribers, and I'll keep trying to get to 1,000. Aye, affiliate, that's the word. It was in there somewhere. It's so easy to become an affiliate on Twitch that there had to be a catch. So we're all square 4 apiece. And I can see the 1 ball. So problem is look where the 2 ball is. And he's hampered over the 9 as well. So you couldn't get anything simpler than this. This is tough. Yeah, that was really tough. Now, I think it's thin to catch the edge of the 1. You're trying to put a bit of spin on it. This could get into the other side pocket there if you hit it hard. And he hasn't hit it hard. He's left the bedhead cut. Now, this is just going to be a little dink. He's going to leave the sharper angle cut in this 3 ball. I think he just wants to come out of there. Yeah, like that. I don't think he really wanted to bump the 8. I think he wanted to come up past it and leave the angle a wee bit shallower. But the 4 ball goes. That'll do. Now, this just needs to be flushed. And a little dig. Well, I wouldn't think... Well, you see, strictly speaking, YouTube isn't configured as good with as good of options. I mean, you've got loads of options on Twitch for your chat and everything, but YouTube's not really... when you think about it, YouTube's not really made as a gaming platform in terms of streaming. I don't think it's been genuinely developed as that for the amount of stuff that's on YouTube, if you know what I mean. If you go, Twitch is not like YouTube in that sense. It started off as I was with Twitch before it was Twitch. That's how far back I go. And I'm trying to remember what the hell it was called. It was the name of somebody Twitch used to be. Somebody will remember what I'm talking about, because that name's got out of my head as well. But YouTube is certainly not specifically ever designed to be a gaming platform. It's become that, but I think they could do a lot more on the customization side of things on it, which they're doing all the time. I mean, they are doing things to try and improve stuff. And then you've got things like Kick, which is in its infancy, which I have abandoned. I noticed the other day there, I went on to Kick the other day to have a quick look at my channel. None of the videos are there, so it doesn't keep the videos. And because it's in beta, there's very little options that you can do with your videos anyway. So when you do a live stream, it stores the video for I don't know how long, because it doesn't tell you, or at least it didn't when I first started with it. And because it had an even quicker turnaround in Twitch in terms of the live stream feed going out to you guys, but nobody went onto it. It just sat there dormant. I had live streams on it for a good few months, and nobody was ever going to it. So what's the point of having a live stream on it when nobody's watching it anyway? Watch the cue ball. Well, he's got a shot. And he'll be bumping into the 3, I think. He'll certainly maybe catch some of the 3. No, he's going up top at the moment. But to me, the cut into the side looks simpler, that you're bumping the 3. You'd be unlucky to leave yourself hooked. but he's took the harder option there to make sure he wasn't going to mess with anything like that. So it's going to be a 4-9 combo for the match. Did you see Jiwa we made a 147? What in the what's the name of that tournament that's on at the moment? No, I never seen it, because usually that's, well, if it was only in the last few hours, it may well pop up when I go back onto YouTube. Yeah, the Wuhan Open, aye. No, I never. So I'll probably see that after this is finished, this Friday Night 9 Ball, because I always get pop-ups coming up, because they know I'm looking at snooker and pool and stuff on YouTube, so my algorithm will probably feed that to me when I go back into YouTube. Well, what happened? What happened with the 4-9 combo there? I was too busy reading the chat on my phone, and suddenly Mooncake's back at the table. Obviously, Larry either never get good in the 4 or he missed the combo. That's all I can say. You guys will have been watching it while I've been looking at the chat. Oh, see, Jaweed, aye, the young boy. I know who you're talking about now. Yeah, that was him that was... he was roasting Luca Brissell, and then Brissell came back and beat him in the semi-final. He was miles in front. He was like, I think he was like almost 10 frames in front of him, and Luca Brissell came back and won. Talking about coming back and winning, Mooncake is still there and breaking to take this all the way. Yeah, I'll watch that after this is finished. Well, he's got a good break. Balls have gone in, but the one ball's going to go safe. Right, well, I know where I'm putting the cue ball. Yeah, that's sort of the idea I had. That one will cross bank, I think, if you want to have a go. I think you have to push it forward a bit to make the angle, but it will cross over bank. But Larry's trying to get the right side of it to keep the cue ball down this end, and that was actually a good shot. That was well done. Now, okay, it's off the rail and it is thin. You can cut it, but you've no idea where the cue ball's finishing. This could come up and bump the 7. It could do anything. Oh, I think he's missed it in the way up. It's a mistake. He's missed it in the way up, hit it coming back. Well, Larry's got a tough shot straight away here. Potting the 1's not the problem. Tracking the cue ball is. Oh, this is going to bounce. This is going to be pretty good, as long as it doesn't go behind the 6. And he's okay. Now, I think he can run forward and come back into the table between the 7 and 6, or even go past it. Yeah, he's gone into the gap. And now he's in trouble again, because he's got a very slight angle and didn't take any risk in trying to get any better, so he's left this a tough one. Guaranteed to have some sort of shot in the 7. Catches the knuckle, but it goes in, and it will be all over. Needs to go forward a bit. That's perfect, just a stopper. So Larry is into the head-to-head, I think. With a 7-5 win, Mooncake will move over to that one-loss side, and he will be playing, I'm pretty certain, it's going to be cold as pillow. So if we look at the hot seat match, this is going to update in a minute. When it refreshes, we will have the hot seat match with Larry and Spectre Dawn. and we will have. This is bloody taking far. There we go. That's it now. We've got Coldest Pillow and Mooncake. So we're going to get into that match, and we'll keep a tab on what's happening in the hot seat match. We won't miss a great deal, I don't think, because these races to 4 don't take long, and they shouldn't take long with these two guys. So that's what we're going to go into. All Chinese final. Oh, they'll love that. Who's the other one in the final? Anybody I know? See Jia in the final then. Zhao Gudong, is that his name? Aye. Well, they're all pretty solid. Well, you know, these Chinese players, they're well, I was going to say fairly well disciplined, but bear in mind what's happened to about half a dozen of them that have all been banned. But a lot of these young guys are well disciplined and got rock solid Q actions. So this is a scratch match. Coldest Pillow up against Mooncake. Coldest Pillow representing Wales, and I think Mooncakes, is he not? Yeah, Netherlands, I thought that. So Mooncakes potted the 2-ball. Yeah, I mean, that was a shot to stay there for the 3, but, you know, jacking up and playing it at that angle makes it tougher. Now, this cue ball will have to be tweaked big time. Oh, there's a. Oh, Christ, I forgot he was going for the 1 there. I'm too busy looking at the 3. Well, there's a fluke. What do I keep saying about flukes? Come on, somebody tell me. I keep saying it. You must know now. What do I say about flukes? There's a quiz question for you. Am I going to have to give you the answer? For God's sake, there's nobody listening to me when I'm talking. Surely somebody listens to me. Oh, now. He's left himself the wrong side of the 7, but loads of room. Not quite in bedhead territory. So, I'll say it anyway, it's not the fluke that matters. It's what you can make from it. And that's no good. That's the area you don't want to be in. And that's why. Well, if you're going to bank the 9, you're going to have to push it to that middle diamond a bit. It isn't set as a bank. You're going to have to make that line. He's reverse banked it, but it hasn't found the line. And Coldest Pillow gets out of jail with a freebie. And a ball in the break to follow it up. Oh, that bump with the 3 balls just killed the 1. It's just killed it big time. Right, we'll do a quick tab and see what's happening in the hot seat match. Well, Spectre Don has started good enough. He's got the first rack on the board. Larry, I think, is getting 8 ball again. And Coldest Pillow played the push out, but this is a dead set bank. That 5 ball will go in. Or will it? Well, the 1's double banked. Yeah, you'd have to push the one wide to get that 5, and it's on the right side of the pocket. But anyway, no shot in the 2. Now, the cut bank up and down is on that, but that's just, you know, that's just going hell for leather to get it. You can cut that to the rail to bank it up past the 3. And if this was me, because of the lay of the table here, it's not exactly easy to play a safety. I'd be giving this a pop. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be taking the risk. He's trying to nail it, but that's too delicate. See, now you see why I would have went for the bank up and down, because that's a bit touchy at distance to play that. Especially when Mooncake's not really... He's not a habitual virtual puller. He's not here on a regular basis. So to turn up on Friday night 9-ball, you've got to find your legs. And especially when you're coming to play one of those sort of delicate shots that he just played. He's gifted this opportunity for cold as pillow. Well, what time is it? It's now 25 minutes to 9, and the hot seat match is underway. So it might be just after 9:30 we'll be finished. It might not be that far off. It might be a wee bit later than that, but I'll get an early night. Well, that's a pretty solid follow-up break. Into the corner. Well, he hasn't killed the 5-ball, so across the table and back across, or dig in and come back the way. But why doesn't he just go across the table and finish that side of the 5? I mean, this is going further away from the 5-ball doing this. No, he is, but he's coming too short. Now, why did he dig it? Well, he's got it there. I'll give him the credit of getting there, but I wouldn't have played it that way. I would have come across to go that way. Now, the 5-ball was perfectly safe off the rail to play it down into the corner, but he's got it there. Well, Mooncake has got it all to do. Will he get another shot? That's the question. And the yawning has started. It's usually around 8:30 I start to hit that sleep wall. I've got one more day, one more... Well, I nearly laughed out loud there because I was going to say I've got one more long lie. Now, a long lie for me is 7 o'clock in the morning, which I've had for the last couple of nights, but for most of this week I've been woke up at 5 o'clock, which is still a long lie for me because I'm usually up at 4. And cold as pillow turns the screw. And he gets the reward. I'll need to have a quick drink. I can feel the throat drying up. The usual story. Hang on a minute, I'll just mute myself. We won't be hearing any gargling. So cold as pillow has played a duff one there. That's terrible. This is like Scotland. How to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. In fact, talking of that, they're playing tonight, are they not? I think Scotland are playing tonight. I can't remember who they're playing because I've got very little interest in it. So I might catch the debacle that's going on there. Here we go for 20 minutes of tippy tapping. This is really exciting. This will bring the viewers in. This will get me to 1,000 viewers, this will. This will lose me viewers. So I wonder if after the night I will go back up to 671. But I think I've probably I have exceeded expectations in terms of the amount of subscribers I'm going to get, because I'm not doing material that anybody's interested in. That's the cold hard facts that I'm going to be treading water for years to come to get to 1,000. In fact, I'll stick my neck out. I will be long dead before I get to 1,000. There you go. I most certainly will. But the whole idea of this channel is to have an archive as long as YouTube permit it. So if you want to look back at certain tournaments, any big tournaments that I've done, they're all on playlists on my channel, and you can go and browse through them. Anyway, well done to Coldest Pillow. He marches on. Mooncake, well, that's the perils of not getting table time. Mooncake goes home for the night. So now we will jump straight into this match just at the right time. We're two apiece. I'll stay out of that room with Mark for the time being. And I think I've just jinxed Spectre Dawn, have I? I think I have. I think he's come up dry. And Larry is looking good in the one. Now, do you check this up a bit to stop the cue ball leaking away too far left? I think he tweaked it a tiny bit, but it still got away from a little bit. But this is just dead weight. He doesn't do anything to the cue ball here other than just roll this in. He just doesn't want to finish straight in the three. And he's made sure he's got the angle. Well, now he should be up at least to this left side pocket, at least. I mean, that's the minimal acceptable shot here. Watch the cue ball though. Disaster. Commentator's curse. And for the first time tonight we have a replay, and as usual, usually the replays are Larry's scratches and Friday Night 9 ball. There's another one. Oh dear. And he's given it straight back to Spectre Dawn. Oh, good evening to Mooncake. I was just defending you there, Mooncake. I don't know whether you heard. But I was just saying that it's very difficult for somebody like yourself who doesn't get a lot of table time to come in here and hit the ground running. And that's all the defence you're going to get. You should still never lose 4-0 to Coldest Pillow. Spectre Dawn's accepting the gift of a free go here from Larry. Now, I wonder if you come up dark grey in the chat on my phone, does that mean that you're not a subscriber to me on YouTube? Coldest Pillow's in green because he's a member. But if you come up grey on my chat and my phone, see, Mark is dark green. So I presume that means he's a subscriber now. Is that telling me that Mooncake is not subscribed to my YouTube channel? See if he's in here in the chat and he's not subscribed. I'm going to do a search. And I'll tell you right now, if I find that you're not listed as a subscriber in my YouTube channel, I'm going to ban you. That's bloody what I'm going to do. I'm going to take serious revenge. So you're dark grey, which is a bit like being gratis on VP4. I'm wondering why you're dark grey and you're not showing up, that you're possibly a subscriber. I hope you haven't left the building. I hope you've heard that. I'm telling you. Yeah? Now why are you dark grey then? Why is Mark green? Mark's green. Coldest Pillow's light green. Cobra's, where's Cobra's chat? He's dark green, I think. Why are you dark grey? You're just sort of black. I need to work out what that means. Well, if you remember, in fact, I don't know whether... see, the thing is, there's been a bug in YouTube where people are being unsubscribed. Ah, right, so you're on Twitch. Ah, right, I apologise. But that's why you're dark grey. Possibly because you're... I don't know, but anyway. Aye, it's weird. You're dark grey. I don't think I've seen anybody else that's dark grey. Let me look up the chat. Maybe it's Restream played up, because it plays up from time to time as well. So it does. I'll let you off this time. Right, well, Spectre Dawn has got daylight, and that has now cost Larry 2 racks. You accused me of not being loyal to the tat. Yes, I did, and I apologise. I just wonder why you're dark grey. That's all it is. It's just unusual to see somebody dark grey, sort of greyed out name. And Spectre Dawn has broken off in rack number, what rack's this? 7, and he's got a ball, he's got a shot, and he's got a table that... Well, I think Larry's pretty certain he's going to be out. I think most of us watching are fairly certain as well. I Restream, I think. See, sometimes I'm going watching it. See, I watch this on Twitch because I've had problems watching YouTube on my phone, where the chat is not coming through all the time from both the channels. So now you're sending a message. Now there's definitely something funny going on. You know why? Because now it's saying Restream bot. It's not showing you your name. So I think you're bugged in some sort of way, because it's showing up here as Restream bot. It's not registering your name at all. Now that you're on YouTube, that's getting weirder. Now I don't know why the hell it's doing that. Well, you know what it is, Mark. I think YouTube and Twitch have got something against the Dutch. I think Chimpy started that. I think that's like a virus. I think that's what it is. I think YouTube and Twitch have got the ability to detect Dutchmen. Well, Spectre Dawn 5-2 up. Now, what's happened here? I thought, I always get worried. He's got to jump this. I always get worried when I don't see movement for a little while because I'm thinking, you know how my PC was freezing up? It was locking up. Well, I mean, that's a bit of relief for Larry, the fact that he hasn't potted it, but I think Larry's got to duck here. I think he's got to cut this and play it as a safety. But you know what Larry's like. I mean, Larry's very rarely gets safety in the back of his mind. He's nailed it now. He needs a bit of luck, and I think he's got it. He missed the collision, and he's clean. Now, he had a combo earlier on, didn't he? Which I never saw because it was in the chat, but I could see it was a combo lined up in an earlier rack. Was it in a previous match? I think it was. And now he's got a stone wall. Absolutely stone wall 5-10 combo. You can't miss, provided the cue ball's at least like where it was now. If it's anywhere else, then it ain't easy. So he's not got a perfect angle in the 4. But can he just roll through? No. He stunned that and killed it. I think I would have let that open out a wee bit more. Because this is certainly not a gimme. But he's got it. And Larry on the comeback trail again. He needs to get that follow-up. He needs to get a little roll on. And I don't see anything going near a pocket. But also, this time, Larry's had a little roll of the ball in that he's not left anything as an easy pot for Spectre Dawn. But now this is where Spectre Dawn's trying to play some sort of safety here. And he's not the best at executing these. But he's got it right this time. Although, again, it's an easy hit. Now, if Larry goes... If he went 2 rails around the corner there, he could kick this one up the table and stick the cue ball. If he went that way. He's looking to try and knock this in, I think. Yeah, nailed it. Beautiful. Let's watch that again. And he could have done with coming out better than the 2, but he's got the next best thing. But he might get some of his own medicine here. Surely we're not going to get 2 in a row here. Well, Spectre Dawn going for the same idea. Back to back. No. He didn't get the line at all for that, but he's almost, I say almost got away with it. I'm pretty certain Larry's going to have a cut at this. With no idea whether he'll be able to see the 3 at all. I'm always surprised when there's a ball at this sort of angle that it's got a pocket somewhere that Larry doesn't have a go at it. I'm always surprised if that happens. And I'm surprised. And has he got the cover? Yes, he has. But you know what's going to happen next. Spectre Dawn has got enough room to jump over the 6, avoid the 4, and get the cut down the rail in the 2. Well, it hit it too soon. Pushed it into the rail too soon. And again, Spectre Dawn looks very likely he's got away with this. Now this is delicate if he's trying to bump this to the rail and nip in behind the 3, because the weight of the shot is so important. That's difficult to execute. He's trying to use the 4 ball as cover. Oh, I think he's got the desired result there, just and no more. But there is an edge. I don't think he's blasting this for a cut, is he? No. It's getting dirty here, folks. And that 2 might cut. That 2 does cut. 100% it cuts. Oh, but it doesn't. He didn't cut it enough. And this time, Larry's not been quite so lucky. Now we need a quick update. We'll give him that 5 ball. Let's have a quick look and see how Mark is getting on. And Coldest Pillow is 3-1 in front. Mark's getting the 5 ball. It's not looking good for the old timer. And he's fell short of the money. If he loses, he's not in the money. Meanwhile, Moneyman Spectre Dawn, he must have a fortune in his account. $3, that is. Well, this is a little jab back the way slightly. And it's looking strong odds at the moment for another Spectre Dawn visit to the final. Five ball. Well, it ain't going to be a run out right now unless there's some damage done here very, very soon. First of all, there's the 1-8 combo. And then there's 2 opportunities, one way or another, to get a bump and do some damage. Because that 4 ball is very tight. It doesn't go past the 6. And is he going for the thin cut? Looks as if he is. Or he's contemplating it. And Coldest Pillow has taken out Steve-O by 4 racks to 1. And meanwhile, Spectre Dawn gets the cut in the 2. Now, I mean, the worst thing that will happen here is that he'll be able to probably have Larry in trouble. But he's had a blast. And now the shoe's in the other foot. What does Larry do here? Does he bank this? Because I don't think he can get anywhere near a hit to free up this 4 ball playing the bank. He's trying to duck and get there, and he's got there. Again, it's going to be a fairly easy jump and a pot, and it'll at least give Spectre Dawn the advantage of controlling the shot in the 4. Yeah, Mark's $150 lighter now. You picked his pocket. Well, Spectre Dawn got the hit. He didn't get the pot, although I wonder whether he actually... I presume he did play to pot it. Now, I think you can pot... I think if you just play this to pot this, you've got to risk going tight into the corner to come across here. It looks very dubious of a shot at that angle. He's certainly not played it as such. But I can guarantee you now, well, that's gone a bit straight as well. I was about to say that Spectre Dawn might have a bang at this, but this is far too straight. He's trying to draw. He's got the bump. And that's perfect for the nudge. It's amazing how well, that's all gone wrong because he took far too much of the 7 ball. And Larry still lives. Or does he? Is he trying to make a cut angle in this 6? Or is he just trying to thin it or double kiss it? Yes, he is. Robbed his pension money. That you off to bed now, Mark? It is about that time. I'll bid you good night if you are. Well, Larry went all out. He went all out for it. Now, this has got scratch written all over it, this, if you try and thin that in. In fact, tell a lie. If you try and thin that in, you might scuff that 9 ball like that, and everything's good. Yeah. The commentator's eye reviewed the situation and changed his idea on what was going to happen there. Well, you might even stay for the final then, Mark. Well, Spectre Dawn in his usual spot, away to have a coffee or something stronger or whatever. He's through to the final, and Larry moves across to the madhouse of the semi-final. Coldest pillow from Wales, Larry from the USA. We wait in the room going up and he'll jump straight in. Well, Larry should have kept that break for the start of this match. Well, here we go. We've got Coldest Pillow on the right, Larry on the left. Looks a good pace from Coldest Pillow. Might be close, this. I think Larry's nicked it, yeah. So, Larry is player 2 and is getting the 7 ball. And I think the 7 ball has just dropped into the side pocket. So the 7 ball gets spotted, thereby creating a problem because that now is almost nailed to the 9 ball. Well, that's a pretty good effort to get there. So the big clincher, if Larry gets decent on the 5, now that's decent enough. He wants to leave the angle in this 6 ball. He wants to be taking some of that 7 ball. He's got to watch the pace on this 5 ball. And that'll do. Now he just needs a decent roll of the ball here and how this comes out. And that's decent enough. Now the only issue is where the 9 ball just got to. But he's, oh dear. Well, I tell a lie, commentator's brain is gone. He's mentioned that Larry's got the 7 ball as his money ball 2 minutes ago, and then he's completely forgot about it and thinking Larry's hooked himself on the 8. It's that time of night. And I would suggest that with that ball going in, and the table sitting not too bad, and the 7 ball ready to drop into that top left-hand corner pocket, this is actually the clincher here, getting in decent on the 3 ball. This is a clincher. Now this is just maybe a little, yeah, he's got a wee bit of side in the cue ball because he just wants to come away off the rail and leave himself a sort of open pot in the 4. And now it all depends on how good he is in the 5, and he should be reasonable enough in the 5 off this 4. But he can't really do a lot with the cue ball because he's nailed to the rail. But I think the angle's good enough to help him. And that's perfect. Well, it's just ran on a bit. So now he's probably going to take what he's got and play the combo. Unless he's going to try and run across. Yes, he is running across. The danger of that is look at the line. Another half ounce in that and he was dead. Walking the tightrope there, Larry. Well, the only absentee tonight was Slim. Slim nowhere to be seen. Well, Larry's in a good start. And he's got another follow-up ball. How's the table? What went in? 6 balls gone. Well, he's going to start with a bank. I mean, you could thin cut that, but in fact he is. He's going to thin cut it. He's got to hit this hard enough to get out of there. And he has done. And the cue ball stays in the table. But cold as pillow. Might have signs of life here. I think Larry's got enough room to. This might work, or it might go to the rail. This 2 ball, it might go to the long rail. It's a bit far off the rail. Yeah, cue ball's gone. So there is your opportunity in a plate. Hold that taxi. Hold that taxi for cold as pillow. Now, what the hell is he doing here? Oh dear. Well, I'll tell you what he's doing. He's too busy pissing about in the chat on the stream and not paying attention to the table. Now, there's the numpty of the night. Everybody watching. Cold as pillow. Is a stone wall, out and out, barefaced numpty doing that. And he's scratching his head wondering what's going on. You've got to laugh. Oh dear. Coldest pillow wins the prize for numpty shot of the night. Played in the 3 ball when the 2 ball was right in front of him. Is he still working out what's happened? He's suddenly gone silent, I know that. I'm not seeing anything in the chat anymore. And meanwhile, Larry's done that to him as well. Misses the 5 ball. And the 5 ball. 5 ball rolls up onto the 7. This is going from bad to worse. All in the space of 2 shots. Right. Get that taxi back. Phone them up and get it back on the way. Now, I think the 5 ball is too close to the 7 where it might go in off the 7. You've got to hit it first. So it's now turning into a nightmare for Golda's Pillow. Self-inflicted nightmare. Apart from the fact Larry didn't leave him anything in the 5. That's by the by. Now, what do I say as well? When you come to the table, I've said this umpteen times as well. The first thing, now this is where you avoid doing what Golda's Pillow just did there. You come to the table, and the first thing you do is get your bearings. Look at where everything is, so that first of all, you don't do what Golda's Pillow did there. If you use that as your approach every time you come back to the table, you won't do that, because you already know where every ball is. So there's a lesson to be learned tonight, folks. Always work out the route that you're going, what order you're intended to go on, and then make your first move. Don't do what Golda's Pillow did, distract yourself, and no sooner have I said that than Larry's blown a gasket. He's missed a dolly 2 ball, and he's let Golda's Pillow back in here at 3-0 down. This 2 ball is very tight. It looks frozen from here. I'm not going down to look at it, but it looks very close to it. And that's what happens when it's very close like that. You've got to play that positively. And look at what's happened here. Golda's Pillow's in a roll. He's got Larry corner hooked. But I think there's a line behind the 8 ball there for this. Larry will nail this. This is right behind the 8 ball. Up and down, and a big margin of error to hit the 2. Oh, now, hang on. Hang on a minute. Well, this is a long, soft, massy shot, and there's enough room for the cue ball to work. He didn't get it. He didn't get it to work soon enough. Well, he'll take that, but I think Golda's Pillow's going to go all out here for the thin cut. Got to go for it. When you're 3-0 down, there's no point in faffing around trying to play safe at this stage in the tournament. You've just got to go for it. He's just got it. Now, that looks a good line it's taken. That'll do. So, is the comeback on? And more important, has Golda's Pillow learned his lesson? Oh, this is daft. This is daft. Oh, this could be worse than the numpty scratch. The numpty playing the 3 ball instead of the 2. Oh dear. Why do you let the cue ball run as far as that? This is laughable. You're humiliating yourself tonight, Golda's Pillow. You're doing all the cardinal sins. All the cardinal sins that you shouldn't be doing. Well, I think quit's a good idea, because this is gone beyond a joke. I think, well, there's worse places it could have finished. They're still giving Larry a reasonable chance here. There we go. And Golda's Pillow breathes again. I'll tell you something. Golda's Pillow's going to be jammy and get out of this eventually. That's what's going to happen. It's written all over this tie. Definitely. And he's got the ball on the break now. How is he for a follow-up shot? Not good. One is hidden away. You've got to be careful with the push out because you just want to leave an edge of this showing somewhere. Chances are you're probably going to get put back in as well. I mean, Larry won't be having any of this. Larry's going to give this straight back. No second thought about it. Now this is tricky. But if you just leave it at the rail and you can get the cue ball. See, this, no, it's too thin an edge. This has got scratch written all over it. And he's missed it completely. Well, he's coming apart at the seams here. Completely missed the edge on the one ball. Mind you, that's all he could see. But Larry's going to do the necessary here. Well, if you can see that rail, well, he fancies jumping the edge at this distance. Is there enough room there? Well, Bill would go over that, no problem. I know Bill would do that. That was well done. Well, he's redeemed himself with that shot. That was a good jump. Now, can he follow it all up? It's all or nothing. Well, anywhere out in the right side of the table will do. There's a name I've never seen before. Hung DZ3636. Don't tell me he's done it again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm keeping these replays, by the way. I haven't done that many, but that one is worth... That is worth every penny of that replay. And hasta la vista. Larry is through for the rematch with Spectre Dawn, and Coldest Pillow has left the building. I'm saying nothing else. I'm trying not to laugh. I genuinely try not to laugh. That's not disputing that anybody that's watching this isn't having a good laugh. But my God, how to shoot yourself in the foot. Anyway. You've got to laugh. Oh dear. I've been hacked. Oh dear. I tell you, I think something's happened. Oh well. You couldn't write the script. But the script for the tournament tonight is we have the revenge rematch between Larry and Spectre Dawn in tonight's final, race to 9. Larry getting the 8 ball, although that makes no difference at all. And Larry looking for revenge for that 7-3 defeat that he suffered in the hot seat match. No comment. Well, that's it. I mean, let's try and take the positives out of that match there, Coldest Pillow. And you know what I keep saying, if you can come out of the tournament with more V dollars than you had when you went in, then it's a success. But if you watch that match that Coldest Pillow's just played there, it's a complete disaster. Right, let's get in. What time is it? It is 9:15. And we are off and running. We've missed a lag. We're into the first rack. And we've got a 6-9 combo that isn't dead set up the table there. And meanwhile, Spectre Dawn's got a long jump, which he's nailed. And as long as he bumps that 7, and the 5 does go past the 8, but he can get into this 4 ball and come down the bottom half of the table for the 5 into the side. I would think that's what he's doing. Or, well, I'm looking to see how he's lining up here. What's he looking at? Why is he doing this? Is he going to take the 5 long, or is he going to stun up the table? Yes, he's going to take the 5 long, and the question is he going to try and dig in off that rail and come across here and bump these, or is he just going to get to there? Because I think you can still get enough of the 6 ball sort of inside so that you can make the hit and hit the 9 enough for it to go in. No, he's went for the bump. He obviously doesn't think that he can get good enough in the long rail to get that 6 ball. Well, this will certainly move them. Oh, good evening to Slim. I was just talking about you earlier on. I was just wondering where you were. By the way, Slim, here's an idea I had this afternoon. You know how the clocks go forward? When do they go forward in your part of the world? Is it... I mean, at the moment, it's 20 past 9 over here. So when the clocks go... when the clock... Not when they go forward, the clocks go back. They go back an hour. The clocks go back, I think, at the end of the month here. So Friday night 9 ball will go to 6 p.m. my time, and then I asked Steve to set it back to 7. So when the clocks do go back an hour, I'll get Steve to put Friday night 9 ball back to 7 o'clock my time. My question to you is, Slim, that when the clocks do go back an hour and Friday night 9 ball is still set at 7 p.m. my time, when the clocks go back an hour, is that any better for you, or does it make it worse for you in terms of playing in Friday night 9 ball or live streaming Friday night 9 ball? Because I had an idea earlier on, and I was wondering whether you were going to be around so I could ask you. Anyway, we're 1 apiece in this final, by the way. I'll tell you what my idea was. My idea was when the clocks go back in winter time. In fact, now that I think about it, the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking it's probably less likely to suit you. With the clocks going back a further hour. I was thinking that it'd be more convenient for you to cover Friday night 9 ball when the clocks go back, but I don't think it's a good idea now that I've thought about it more. Because even with the clocks as they are now, you know, with the time zone difference, it's never guaranteed that you can make it to Friday night 9 ball. So you're back at work on Sunday, November the 3rd. Is that when you're back? You're off on holiday or vacation, as you guys call it, up until November the 3rd. It's only... What the hell holiday is that you're taking? Because this is the 11th, is it not? That's like a month. Ah, right, I've got you. Ah, right, I've grasped it now. Right, I'm with you now. Aye, so your clocks go back after hours in the winter time. I knew that there was I knew we would put our clock. I was fairly certain that our clocks went back before yours did. There was always like a week delay, and that seems to be the case. Roughly a week delay between the two of us, between the UK going an hour back and the USA going an hour back. I was thinking that's a long bloody holiday you're on. That's like 4 weeks, almost. Well, that's why I took this week off, because between now and Christmas time, we certainly don't get any quieter. Let's put it that way. Well, this is another toughie. Well within the bedhead territory, but he's pushed it to the rail again. Where's the cue ball? And Larry, golden opportunity to get himself in front. Or the bullet. The bullet is a term that's been used infrequently, it has to be said, but yes, the bullet. I don't know whether that is a US phrase or term. Well, Larry, 2-1 lead. 7 ball in the break, 1 ball over the side, 2 ball down the long range on the right, and look at that. I've got to get that one. I've got to get that one. And Larry's going for the exotic moves tonight. Big heavy draw, straight into the opposite side pocket. More evidence. Well, I'll tell you, with Larry scratches, he does some crackers, I'll give him that. He doesn't go half measures. Shit canned, we call it. Well, Larry just gets himself into the lead, and he says to Spectre, "Don't help yourself with ball in hand." Now, of course, the question I always ask is, what the hell is, what's this going to cost Larry? That mistake. It's certainly costing him 1. Perfect on the 8 ball. No disaster going to happen here. There's an awful lot of quiet people on my 2 channels, on Twitch and on YouTube, who don't even say so much as hello. I think one person, I think how many people, I'm going back up the chat, I don't know whether it'll go that far. I'm looking to see how many people say hello. Mooncake said hello, I remember that. Coldest Pillow, I think, said hello. Cobra said hello. But there's a lot more folk than that who are very shy. Nothing wrong with getting involved in the chat. Mind you, they're probably sitting there thinking, who wants to get involved in that bullshit chat? That's, I don't blame them. I mean, chatting about food. Me ribbing Coldest Pillow and Larry for the scratches. Why do you want to get involved? Yeah, I'm needing company. I'm sitting here all on my own, and nobody wants to talk to me. But mind you, I've got plenty to laugh about. I'll give Larry and Coldest Pillow credit for that. Rob's there. Rob's woke up. There you go. You see, he finally plucked up courage. Good evening to Rob. Good afternoon, or whatever time of day it is. Well, Larry looking to redeem himself here. He's looking for the Shawshank Redemption. I don't know why I said that, by the way. It just came into my head. Don't ask me for detail. It just came into my head. Get busy living or get busy dying. That just came into my head as well. I just remember lines out of movies. I can't help it. I'm that type of sad character. Yeah. That's the sort of life I lead. Well, Larry, got yourself in a spot again here. Big blast, that's beautiful. What a shot there. Recovery, but he's going to have to dig out another one, though. That was well done. So this 8-ball is a tester. Institutional, you're right, there's another line. It's been institutionalised. What's his name? What's the name of the character? Oh, Brooks. Brooks, that's who it was. Yeah. Classic movie that died a death at the box office, but became a hit on DVD. My top 3 movies, that's... I'd put Treasure of the Sierra Madre in the top 3, one of my favourite movies. But unfortunately for many of you youngsters, it's in black and white. It was made in the was it the late 40s or was it the early 50s with Humphrey Bogart. If you're the police, where are your badges? Badges? We got no badges. We don't need no badges. I don't have to show you no stinking badges. Alfonso Bedoya as Gold Hat. Oh, a classic movie. That's one of my favourites. I can watch that time and time again. A brilliant film, and probably most of you haven't seen it and never took the time to go and watch it. Brilliant film. Shawshank Redemption. Yes, I mean, I would have to have more than a top 3. I mean, yes, Shawshank's a favourite. I like The Green Mile as well. I like it. I think it's, I mean, it is it's a fantasy movie, Green Mile, but I think it's a great film. God, I could sit here for hours thinking what my favourite films are. But as I say, a lot of films I like are Some Like It Hot, one of my favourites. Yeah, I mean, I watch that time and time again. The classic line at the end. Jack Lemmon, they're on the boat. They're on the little speedboat at the end. Jack Lemmon says to Joey Brown, he takes the wig off, he says, "I'm a man." There's a classic film. Brubaker, now that was the first time I'd ever seen Morgan Freeman. I didn't know who he was. I didn't. And that's a film that not a lot of people have saw, I bet you. Brubaker's a great film. And Morgan Freeman is only in it for probably 5 minutes. He's a nutcase. He's going to throttle a guy. And Robert Redford, who is the undercover new governor at the time, I think. Nobody knows who he is. He's in there as an inmate, but he's really in as a spy to see how things are getting run before he takes over. And one of the first things he has to do is to rescue this. I don't know whether he's a prison officer or whether it's another prisoner, but Morgan Freeman's a crazed, psychotic lunatic who is going to throttle this guy. No, The Godfather. The great thing about The Godfather, I think, is the opening sequence in the film. The opening sequence in The Godfathers is classic. And yes, I've seen it umpteen times. The worst fake punch you'll ever see in a film is in The Godfather. You see it side on, and you can see that he's a foot and a half away from the guy's face. Totally got the camera wrong when they took that shot. Yeah, Godfather's another favourite, so I could never have a top three, but yeah, the prison warden or the new governor or whatever. But Brubaker's a film you need to go and dig out and look and watch that. That's a good film. God, again, if I just sit and think long enough, more names will come into my head. But do yourself a favour and watch The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Whether it's in black and white or not, it doesn't matter. And while I've been chatting away, Larry's building up a healthy little lead here at the moment. Now, you know, there's not a lot of films that, I mean, Terminator 2, I like that film. Terminator the original, I like it. I wouldn't put them in my top 10, but I mean, I've seen them often enough, and I would still watch them. Dirty Harry, yes, I've seen that umpteen times, lost count of many times. I could act it, I could read the script for Dirty Harry. No more lies, girl. Lay some truth on me, girl. You've been jiving much too long. That's the tune that's played in the car. You'll all know that. That's the tune that's coming out of the radio in the car in Dirty Harry, right there at the very beginning of the movie, where he's sitting eating a hot dog, and he tells the guy to go and phone this number and tell them there's a whatever number it is for a bank heist going on. And when the car goes over the water hydrant and it's tipped over on its side, you can hear that music playing in the radio. That's on YouTube, that song, by the way. I can't remember the name of it, but it is on YouTube. Yeah, Braveheart, I went to see that in the cinema. Of course, that got everybody was applauding, everybody was standing on their feet in that film. And I think I might have mentioned this before, the guy that plays the young William Wallace right at the early part of the movie, the guy that plays the young William Wallace, he came into my curry store in Kilmarnock a couple of years after he made the film, when I was still working there. He knew one of the guys that worked in the store. And of course, I was ribbing him. The first thing I did was I grabbed a wee bit of paper, I put my autograph on it, I said, "There you go, son, that'll make you a fortune someday." Never seen him in any other film since. Yes, Braveheart always goes down well with the Scots. I will tell you the story of William Wallace. That's the opening line in Braveheart. Well, Spectre Don now has control of the table. Ball's going in the break. Back to within 2. And a cut past that 6 ball. He's got wide open space to get on the 2. That shouldn't be a problem. But his problem is going to get up top for that 3 ball, which looks tight. Let's have a look. Well, it isn't locked. Well, got to be a big juicy draw. Now, if he gets too much juice on it, he could bump up the table and be hooked behind the 4. He could be behind the 8. anything can happen here. Like this. Oh, he's found a gap. He's found a gap. Now, again, talking about films, a lot of films with James Stewart in it, I love. What's that one where he's in Skagway in Alaska? Oh, what's it called? Is it Ride the High Country? I think that's what it's called. That's a good film. Again, there's probably many you don't go out your way to see a James Stewart film. Anything with John Wayne in it, I'll watch. I mean, the Quiet Man is a great film. That's a good laugh with Maureen O'Hara and John Wayne in it. Oh, I never knew that, Rob. Oh, you mean the photographs? I mean, if I'm right in thinking, you only see a photograph of the young Red in the film. Am I right in saying that? You don't physically see an actor as a young Morgan Freeman character. Do you mean the photograph? Is that what you mean? Because don't forget, the start of the film is what's his name sitting outside in the car. Before the credits have gone up. Well, whereabouts is he in the first part of the movie? I don't recall that, because all I remember is the opening credits. If I only... Well, so who is it? Is it the Ink Spots that sing the opening title? And then it's a court case. So what scene is he at? You mean he's actually got a scene in the movie? And he's playing the young Red. I can't remember where that is in the film. You've got me there. You've definitely got me there. Did you know that Morgan Freeman's son was in The Shawshank as the young Red at the start? But you don't see a young Red at the start. That's my argument on that. I can't think of where he is, other than there's a photograph of the young Red when he's in. When they're asking him, "Are you? Have you served your time? Are you a good guy?" And all this. Oh yes, I'm definitely good and all that. Yeah, that part's slim. There's a part where the guys that are asking him that are looking at you see a picture of the young Red when they were talking about why he was in prison. I'm going to have to watch for that again, because I don't ever recall seeing a young Red. The only thing I can think of is the photograph that you see of the young Red. And I thought maybe that's him, but I don't recall seeing any little cutscene where it shows you him. And the only thing he tells you, does Red really tell you why he's in there? Was it guys that were having a go at him, and he either stabbed or shot two of them or something? I don't know. I'm going to have to watch that again, because that has definitely got me puzzled. Anyway, Larry's 3 away, still got a 2-rack lead. I won't have to wait long before it comes back on again. Well, that's one thing that I remember about Dances with Wolves. The 2 young kids, I think, in Dances with Wolves were either, what's his name, kids, or one of the other actors' kids that were in the movie. Because I've got the the director's cut version of Dances with Wolves, and it gives you can watch the film all the way through with, what do you call him? Christ Almighty, I've forgotten his name. I think it's either the producer or director, and obviously why have I forgotten his name as well? Now I can see his face, and he's the leading actor in the bloody film, and he's the producer or whatever in the film, and I see the director as well. What the hell do you call him? Unbelievable. I can see everybody's face, but I can't put the name to him. Oh God, this is torture. Somebody tell me his name. Or give me his initials, because if you give me his initials, I'll know his name. Oh, good God. That's what happens when your brain goes shutdown mode at this time of night. You can see pictures in your head of who they are, but you can't get the name. Yeah, Kevin Costner. Of course it's bloody Kevin Costner. I think when you watch that director's cut version and you listen to the version with the narration over the top of it, he tells you all sorts of stories about how this scene was shot, how that scene was shot, and who that little girl and boy are. Because I think he was talking about the scene where her that he meets in the Indian village, her that's cutting her wrist because her man get killed in a battle. And you see her when she's young, before she gets taken away. Well, I think the little boy, the little girl are there are either Kevin Costner's son and daughter or one of the actors' son and daughters. All-time actors who would you have to play you? And I'll tell you who I would have to play me. Minnesota Fats. Yeah, Jackie Gleason. He would play me. That's a given. Jackie Gleason would play me because he's the same build as me. Well, Larry has an excellent table and he should be on the hill. I'll tell you what another good film is. Now that you mention, now that I've mentioned Jackie Gleason, and I'm thinking of The Hustler. Hustler's another good film, and also because George C. Scott is in The Hustler, the film that George C. Scott got the Oscar for. What's his name? General. I've forgotten his name as well. You know the film, made in 1970, I think it was, with Carl Malden in it as well. Aye, Patton. That's a good film. I've never seen Criminal. I've never seen that one. Well, there's a good cut. Watch the cue ball, and Larry's at it again. He's at it again. Look at that for a rub of the green, a rub of the 8-ball. In you go. And Spectre Dawn been given an early lifeline here. Now, how much will that cost, Larry? We could still end up going all the way here. Oh, the 1-ball thought about getting into the side, but it gave up. And the 7's tucked away behind the 9. And the break is dry. Well, Larry's got to duck here, I think. He's looking to see if the 1 goes past the 9. He's got half a pocket. It's even thinner to drop that into the side. You're never going to be great in a 2-ball. And he could easily just tweak this 1-ball and duck behind the 4 and 6 here. He's went to try and drop it into the side. Sent it way too soon to the rail. And this is this 9-ball mentality playing out with these two guys, because if a ball's got a sniff of a pocket, they're going for it. They can't resist. It's like me and Cowboy. When we play Cowboy, if I see a 3-reeler is on, I'm going for it. I can't resist them. This will be a good shot to get out of there. Yeah, he's found a gap around the corner with a wee bit of left English. And now that bump in the 8-ball has done him another little favour. It just cleared the way to get nice and comfortable in the 4. Well, we won't have long to go, I would think. It's what, 21:48 and counting. So we're not at 10 o'clock yet. And another dodgy cut in the 5-ball. Cue ball naturally wants to go to the... well, I'll tell you where the cue ball wants to go here with this cut. It wants to go close to that side pocket, I think. He's putting a wee bit of right on this, a wee feather of it, just to check the cue ball. You see, that cue ball would have opened up more and headed more towards that left side pocket there. Well, this is going to be good. Not the 6-ball. Breaking out this 7-ball. Oh, that's perfect. And that's unlucky. Absolutely spot on in terms of the line to get the hit. Now, what does he do? Does he have a go at kicking this in? He's got to kick this in, surely. I mean, oh dear. Well, I'm very, very surprised that he had a kick that was not difficult. I mean, the 7-ball sitting there. If you get anywhere near a half-decent line, you're going to knock the 7 in. I'm surprised he tried to play safe. Very surprised. But I think Larry's just shown wee signs of frailty there, because he was nowhere near the pot. So now, is it the bank or is it the thin cut? Looking as if it's more likely to be the bank. Nailed it. Spot on. And Spectored on. Looking as if he's going to be breathing down Larry's neck. Larry can almost feel the hot breath right now. So rack number 14. And the 2-ball goes in. And everything is accessible. Well, we've got a reasonable idea where this is heading. Well, this is actually, well, looking at the way this is sitting, this is a tough shot in the rack at the moment, this 1-ball, and getting onto the 3. And he's played that very well. It just doesn't want to open up anymore. He doesn't want to go too straight. But there's just enough angle that he can tweak something out of this. Yeah. Watch this cue ball. I think he's going to get the bump. Oh, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Oh, dear. Just when it was looking odds on Spectre Dawn was going to be tying the match, he's found trouble in the middle of nowhere, right behind the 5. Amazing how things can suddenly be looking great and suddenly you're in a hole. Oh, but he's nailed that. What an escape that was. Beautiful in terms of the pot. Absolutely spot on. Exocet missile that was. But he's going to need something good again to keep this going. Now, definitely lining up the cut. Oh, that was tough. Oh dear, look at that. What a shot that was. Oh dear. Oh, Larry will be cussing that. Wow. Look at that. Unbelievable. Well, you could not make that up. And from getting himself into a hole, the kick escape, and then a bloody almighty fluke. And Larry may have played his last shot, whenever that was. Spectre Dawn breaking to get to the hill. Yeah, but he's not like Stubb where he types it all out. Oh, I'll tell you, did I say I spent a good hour watching people who were, people who are raging when they're playing games, people playing first-person shooters and smashing. There's a guy lifted his keyboard, cut the cable, and ripped it apart. He was smacking it on his desk to smash it to pieces and ripped the printed circuit board out the keyboard. He was absolutely blown a gasket. And then this girl, who was, well, they've already heard the language come out of this girl. And there was a lot of them playing FIFA football, absolutely raging and boiling. It's hilarious watching them. If you've got an hour to spare and you're doing nothing, go and watch people raging while gaming. It's funny. That must be what Stubb's like. I wonder how many keyboards he ends up buying. He must have went through dozens with the disasters that's befallen him in these big tournaments. But some people absolutely get completely... I mean, they talk about see red. They go psychotic. Throwing things about, smashing things to pieces. All because they lost or got shot or whatever. One guy was playing FIFA and the game started to lag, and the next thing you know, there's a goal scored. He went doolally, he went nuts. But they are really funny how people completely lose it when they're playing a game. Well, Larry's... Yeah, I mean, the line in the cue ball is, I think, is fine. I think he's fine. I don't think he needs to do a great deal other than just go around the corner and come out of there. Doesn't want to go too square. That's where you don't want to be, right there. Well, the bank into the corner, you would expect Larry to get this 9 times out of 10. Cue ball's heading the right direction to have a shot in 8 into the side. And never a doubt. Never a doubt. But it's Larry who gets to the hill. So, can Larry stop Spectre Dawn? I don't know who won it last week, and I was probably streaming it. In fact, no, I don't. I was probably doing a tournament match at the time. I think Slim was streaming it. I don't know who won. Does anybody know who won last week? Yes, there was a chill wind today. Because I was out doing my shop. There was a chill wind, yeah. And there was a frost last night. So there was actually frost on the grass last night. And my feet are cold because I don't have any heating on at this time of night. My feet are getting cold, so the blood is retreating from my extremities. And there's forecast for snow in the mountains. Snow above 300 metres. So yes, it's cold, and it'll be colder further north. But it's to get milder anyway. There's a southerly wind moving in. So it's only a very short, chilly wind from the north we're getting at the moment. We're not going to see anything like winter yet. We won't see anything like that until usually into January. Well, Spectre Dawn's doing a bit of ducking and diving, trying to survive. Oh, watch this 9-ball. Well, for a minute there, I thought Larry was going to get the roll of the night, fluking the 9-ball. But I would suggest that there is fairly strong odds we're going all the way. Oh yeah, I mean, I'll tell you something. The Labour Party will they'll pay the price for that. Definitely. They will pay the price for that. How they think they can fill a hole by taking away a £300 payment for all pensioners at that time of year. How they think they can get away with that and not take it from somewhere else. They still will take it from somewhere else as well, don't forget, because national insurance will end up going up. Income tax may well end up going up. So that's where they've just started, but they will pay the price for that. Well, one more testy cut. Well, they're all going into the centre of the pocket. There's never a doubt in any of them. But Spectre Dawn will be breaking for the match. And we have gone beyond 10 PM, so we've got a 3-hour Friday night 9-ball tonight. Still shorter than most, but only because we can't get 16 in it. Well, here we go. Was there ever a doubt it was going all the way? Spectre Dawn goes through his routine to line the cue ball with that window. This definitely is dry. It's definitely dry. 2 balls married to what looks like the 7-ball. But the 1 ball isn't good. I think you're very, very close to the scratch, if not a guaranteed scratch, trying to thin that back into the side. It's just beyond the threshold. He's going for the cut into the corner. Now, Spectre Dawn might just take his medicine here and get out into the table rather than trying to do any of the two, because you can make that 2-7, I think. There might be a gap between the two of them. We'll have a quick look. And that will do. And there is a gap, and there's never a problem with this. Well, Larry's fearing the worst now. He's probably dismantling his cue, putting it in his case, his virtual case, that is. And the taxi's probably on its way now for Larry. How many times have I said, where can this go wrong? Oh, this is well in bedhead territory. Commentators curse. I mean, he's still got the pot and he's nailing most of these, but he didn't want that brushing the 9-ball. Well in bedhead territory, this for a cut. And he's nailed it again. Look at the cue ball. Unbelievable. Look at the cue ball. Well, that's the biggest scratch of the night right there, folks, because that has cost Spectre Dawn the Friday night 9-ball title for this week. Provided Larry can get clean away from the 6, which he can. Just a little jab. A little jab. Now, the question is he going to let it run? No, he's going to... No, tell a lie, he only needed the 8-ball, didn't he? I forgot again there, just right at the final shot. Well, that was the ultimate scratch there to cost you the match. And Larry wins over by 9 racks to 8. Oh, there's been some weird stuff going on with these scratches tonight, but that was the ultimate one. So well done to Larry. He can breathe again. Because Spectre Dawn was... Well, Larry had a decent lead early on, didn't he? Was he not? Was he 6-2 up or was he 5-2, something like that? But anyway, Larry's left the building, I think. And no, he hasn't. He's still there. But that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Well done to Larry. And I'm sure that Larry won't have to look far for next week's Friday night 9-ball. Spectre Dawn will be out for revenge then. So, with that, thanks for your company, folks. I will bid you good night. Oh no, before we do go, hang on a minute. Hang on a wee sec. We need a little update here. Hang on a minute. Let's look at the 8-ball World Championships. And if we look at the schedule, there is the match between Cobra and Rabi. They were talking about that on the stream the other night. That's confirmation that it has been set for Monday evening at 7:30. And that, of course, clashes with Monday night 9-ball Scottish doubles. So I will be around to do that. Slim will have to find a partner. I'm sure he won't be that worried. Although, if he does, then he's going to have to find somebody that's going to keep the title, because me and Slim are the 9-ball Scottish doubles champions from last week. Bear in mind, we only had to beat one team, because we can't get more than 2 teams in the bloody thing now either, or we're lucky if we do. But that's it. So take care, and we'll see you later, folks. We'll bid you good night.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.